Okay guys, now let's look at the two bones of the forearm, the radius and the ulna. And if you look in your brief atlas on page 36, we will begin identifying. And guys, we'll go over the features that you're responsible for while making this short video. I believe I found a mistake, but I want to research it more. So I'm going to do my best to clarify and not cause any confusion. So now guys, if we look at number one in your book, here we're going to go over a few landmarks on the radius. So number one right here is the head of the radius. And as you know, the neck, which is number two, the neck holds up the head. Now, going down to number three, this roughened area right here is known as the tuberosity. So you can say the tuberosity of the radius or the radial tuberosity. All of that is correct. Now, in your book, number 4 and number 10, the interosseous crest, you're not responsible for. However, those crests, let me see if I can put this little piece of paper in here. If I was to put this bone here and this bone here, that crest would be responsible for attaching this interosseous membrane right here. But again, you're not responsible for numbers 4 and 10, the interosseous crest. Okay. And now guys, going down to number 5, right here, this nice little tubercle, this bump. I'm on the wrong bone. Let me get back on the radius. This bump right here is the styloid process of the radius. So again, guys, what you're going to be responsible for identifying on the radius is the head of the radius, possibly the neck of the radius, and then we have the radial tuberosity or the tuberosity of the radius. And then guys, at the distal end of the radius, we have the styloid process, which is number 5 in your book. Now guys, let's look at the other bone of the forearm, the ulna. So when we look at the ulna, guys, okay, so number 6 in your book, this guys here, this feature right here, let me turn. This feature here, this is the olecranon process. This feature here articulates with the olecranon fossa on the humerus right here. So you have the olecranon fossa, and here you have the olecranon process. Now, another feature, guys, that you will be responsible for is the trochlea. So here, guys, we have in here the trochlea notch or the semiluna notch. Okay, guys, so this piece inside is the trochlea notch, and you see you have like the shape is a semiluna, a half moon, I like to say. So the trochlea or the semiluna notch. Now, guys, another feature that you're responsible for, this here is the coronoid process. The coronoid process. And then here, guys, this here is the radial notch right here, and this radial notch articulates with the head of the radius. So right in here, the head of the radius goes right in this notch, and it turns during pronation and supination. Another feature you will be responsible for, if we go to the distal end of the ulna, here, now this is the styloid process of the ulna. Remember, guys, you had the styloid process of the radius. This here is the styloid process of the ulna. And then this feature here is the head of the ulna. So let's try to recap a little bit. So number 1 in your book, guys, here we have the radius. This is the head of the radius. We have the neck, number 2. We have number 3, the radial tuberosity. Then we have number 5, at the distal end of the radius, the styloid process of the radius. Then guys, if we go to number 6, now we're going to identify features on the ulna. This is the olecranon process. And then number 7, inside, this is the semilunar notch or the trochlea notch. And then number 8, here guys, we have the coronoid process. And then number 9, the ulnar tuberosity. And then here guys, this is that radial notch where it articulates with the head of the radius. Then at the distal end of the ulna, number 11 is the head, and then number 12 is the styloid process of the ulna.